following Facebook. And it's Thursday, it's 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 a.m. in the USA, and it's time for Ask Angelika. So let's take the card away and say, hello, Angelika.
Hello, Stephen, and hello, Facebook, and anybody else.
Well, hello, everybody, really. And we've got a theme. Welcome to the show, everybody. And we have a theme for this week. Now, would you like to explain why you chose this theme? There's the theme.
Wow. Star Wars. Well, I think everybody on Facebook must know that May the 4th is Star Wars Day. And I thought, as we're having the show on Star Wars Day, what better time to have a look at some Star Wars quotes?
I totally agree. So this is Ask Angelika, episode 37, and the topic of the day is Star Wars. Are you a Star Wars fan? Star Wars or Star Trek?
Well, no, I think I was. I used to watch the old Star Wars films.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I haven't really been bothered about any of the newer ones. Maybe I should.
Yeah, the ones that look back. Right, okay. So on the theme of Star Wars, what happens during the show is Angelika has given me some phrases. I pronounce them in German. Angelika corrects my pronunciation. And then we break it down and translate it into English. So these are all Star Wars related. Yeah. And the phrases are numbered. And you're more than welcome. I'll put the first phrase on and see if you can translate that one.
Now that one, of course, will be a proper translation. A little bit about the other sentences this time. They may not be an exact translation, but they are the identical quotes. If you're watching Star Wars or whichever particular episode, if you were to watch it in German, that's what they say when in English or the original when they're saying the other sentence. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you should know them all.
I should. I do. Target Day. So I'm going to say that phrase 1 translates to Star Wars Day.
Exactly, which is what it is today.
Okay. I'm not going to say the famous phrase because I'm not going to say it. We won't say it, will we? We'll just go through the phrases that you put together. So I'm going to read this out. So Möge die Macht mit dir sein.
Möge die Macht mit dir sein. Yes.
Okay. Mit dir sein is be with you. And I know the original, so it's not a problem. And Möge, hello Tish. And Möge is May. And die Macht is the force. How's my pronunciation, by the way?
Möge die Macht mit dir sein. That was good when you said it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So say hello, Tish, and you just missed the first phrase, which was Star Wars Tag, which was Star Wars Day, and now we've gone on to Möge die Macht mit dir sein, which is May the Force be with you.
Yeah.
That's the well-known phrase. A little bit about
that. Of course, the May the 4th be with you is a nice wordplay, and that's why today is Star Wars Day, because today is also May the 4th, spelled slightly different. Now, you don't have that in German, because der 4. Mai, that doesn't fit in anywhere with Möge die Macht mit dir sein. So that is actually a literal translation of May the 4th be with you. But just because it isn't a wordplay, it is still very well known in German. So Star Wars fans know straight away where that sentence would come from.
Right. Okay, good. Now, the next one, we're getting more complicated here, so bear with me a moment as I bring up phrase 3. Helft mir, Obi-Wan Kenobi, ihr seid meine letzte Hoffnung.
Ja. Helft mir, Obi-Wan Kenobi, ihr seid meine letzte Hoffnung.
So it's
Can
Obi-Wan
you see
Kenobi.
it in front of you? Can you see the image in front of you when it's being said?
Can I see the image in front of me? What do you mean? Can I picture it?
In the film, yeah.
It's a long time since I've seen the film, so dimly recollect it. Okay. So Helft is help. Mir is me. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the same in both languages, so that's good. Ihr, you. Seid, are. Meine, letzte, Hoffnung. Now, Hoffnung is hope, and letzte is last. So, if I've got that right, because you put the translation in, not last, all right. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, my last hope would have worked in English as well, but in English she said, you're my only hope. In German in the film is ihr seid meine letzte Hoffnung.
Right.
So literally my last hope, yes.
Okay. And I'm going to say thank you to Tish, and I can only say Tish is saying you're doing well, Stephen. Thank you for that. I have a very good tutor.
Of
has
course.
To be said. Of course. Right. Phrase 4. Nein, ich bin dein Vater. Okay.
Nein, ich bin dein Vater. That shouldn't take long to translate.
Nein is no. Ich bin, I am. Dein is your. And Vater is father.
Yeah.
No. So the translation is, no, I am your father.
Exactly.
Another famous phrase from the... yes. Okay.
Could you say it in the right accent? I can't.
Nein, ich bin dein Vater.
Pretty cool.
Thank you for that. You're just encouraging me. And Angelika is terrific. We both agree on that, Tish. Except when the phone goes. This is live video, and the phone has been unceremoniously put on one side.
It never rings.
Well,
but
I mean, we sorted our mobile phones out. Yeah. And then the phone rings. As you say, it never rings. Okay, phrase number 5. Erzähl mir nie wie meine Chancen stehen.
Yes, erzähl. It's got the umlaut on there.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I'm getting closer to the screen. Erzähl. Yeah.
Erzähl mir nie wie meine Chancen stehen. Now, this one is a bit longer in German than what he said in English.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got to translate. So, erzähl, never.
No, never is nie.
Nie. Tell, then. Mm-hmm. It's got to be. Never tell me what my chances are. Which is what the odds are.
Never tell me the odds, which is
never
what
tell me the
English.
odds.
Yeah.
Because they're always fighting against large numbers, aren't they? So
yeah.
So I'll pronounce this correctly. Erzähl mir nie wie meine Chancen stehen.
Erzähl.
I'm trying, Tish. I'm trying. Right. Phrase 6. Das ist kein Mond. Das ist eine Raumstation.
Ja, das ist kein Mond. Das ist eine Raumstation.
Right. Okay. Das ist kein. There is no. Mond, which I got right this time, is moon. And that is well, I don't know. Was ist eine Raumstation?
Well, Station?
Station.
It's a station. And Raum can be translated as room, but it can also be translated as space.
Right. That's why I actually took it as room. Yeah. So I would have said there is no room station, which wouldn't have been right, because the correct answer is there's no moon. It's a space station.
That's no moon. That's not there is, because das ist.
Yeah.
There is would be es gibt.
That's no moon. It's a space station. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my eyes rather than my translation skills that are a problem. Phrase 7. Das sind nicht, careful, I scrolled too quickly. Das sind nicht die Droiden, die ihr sucht.
Yeah, this is one of the lesser words, I guess, where the two letters are pronounced separately. So it's Droiden. Das sind nicht die Droiden, die ihr sucht.
Droiden. Okay, so it's 3 syllables.
Yeah, a bit like Familie. Actually, Droiden is the same. Sometimes you do have that, not very often.
Okay.
But you can still recognize the word, so can you?
Oh, yes. I'm going to go with it and say, because I learned from the last one, that is not droiden. Well, I'm going to take a flyer here. I'm going to say droids. And these ihr sucht that you're looking for.
Yeah, except here, this time it says das sind. Earlier on, we had das ist. Das ist was that is. Das sind is these are, or those are, or that are, or anything like this. So these are the droids these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Indeed. Phrase number 8. Ik ben C3PO, or can I just say C3PO?
Actually, I have to say, I had to do a bit of research on those, on both of their names, because I thought, I'm not too sure. Quite often the Germans say things in English as well. And because I do not remember seeing this film in German, and even if I had, I wouldn't remember what they said. So I searched YouTube for ages until I found some clips with them. And they do say, and in these clips, they did say C3PO.
Okay. I'm just glad you've included some shorter words in here. So I'm going to start again. Ik ben C3PO.
3PO.
3PO. Robotermenschkontakter. Robotermenschkontakter.
Yeah. Not my words, which is what 3CPO said.
Und das ist mein Partner. R2D2.
That's also what I thought. And then I looked and I found out R2D2 is quite hard to say.
It is.
We have got another word for two, which sometimes people use on the phone to distinguish between the 2 and 3, and that's zwei. So he's actually called R2D2, and that's a bit that flows a bit easier than R2D2.
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 Okay, I'll practice that over the next 2 weeks and I'll come back and say it properly. But I got Robotermenschkontakter. Okay.
Robotermenschkontakter, yeah.
Right, okay, so ik bin, I am, C3PO. I'm going to take that as read, and let's break down the next word. Roboter is a robot. We'll come to that in a minute. Mensch is people, and contactor is contactor. So liaison between robots and people.
Yeah.
So you got a more in-depth,
the English sentence in the film, he's saying, I am C3PO.
Yes.
Human-cyborg relations.
Okay. Und das ist mein Partner. Okay. So this is my partner. And we would say this is my partner, R2D2, or as you translate it, or it's been translated, the counterpart, R2D2.
The original text is counterpart, yes. Because bearing in mind, this is my counterpart, which is what the original film says.
Yep.
And when the German subbed it, they changed it into, or they translated it into, das ist mein Partner.
Okay, so I'm C3PO, human-cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2D2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Is that the longest word we've got?
That was the longest one, yes.
Good, thank you. Phrase 9. Wer ist die größere Tor? Der Tor oder der Tor der ihm folgt.
Right, I think so wer ist der größere Tor?
Yeah.
When it then says der Tor, I'm guessing, I'm not sure where this quote is from, but I can almost imagine somebody pointing to somebody, as if saying, you know, that one there, der Tor, oder der Tor, der ihm folgt.
Right. Now, I need to... Tor is... I need that word. If you give me that word, I've got the sentence.
Okay, it's a fool.
Fool. Yeah, I'm thinking of Tor. Right.
Well, Tor can be das Tor is something different, and like could be the goal, for example, when you're playing football. But this is der Tor, which is the fool, the silly person.
So that's two words with different genders.
Yeah, and different meaning.
Is that a thing that happens a lot?
Not too much, but it does happen, yes.
Okay. Just how it shows then. Right, okay. So who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Yeah. I don't know. It's a rhetorical question, isn't it?
Yeah, right, I think we need to know the film, the snippet from the film for that one, and I don't know.
It would be good if you could play it, but we'd get into copyright problems if we did.
Most likely. Well, that could be anybody's challenge to find those.
Okay. Yes,
the last one. Yeah. So the last one now relates nicely to learning German.
Okay, I shall attempt to pronounce it then. Tu oder tu, to be or not to be. Tu oder tu nicht, es gibt kein Versuchen.
Tu.
Right. Tu.
Oder tu.
Yeah.
Es gibt kein Versuchen.
Do or do not. Es gibt kein, there is no. Versuchen is normally to seek.
No, that's suchen.
All right.
This is versuchen.
Okay. Which means that the sentence translates as do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah. And that is a sentence from Yoda. And he's not even speaking Yoda talk. I don't know how that made it into the famous quotes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mix anything up.
Right. To everybody who's just joined us, let's explain that if you're interested in the German language, this show goes out every 2 weeks. And you can learn German with Angelika, and you can listen to me speaking German and attempting to translate things. And Tish is saying that you should attempt to pronounce it. You're the student, she's the teacher. Yes.
Well, you are attempting to pronounce it, and you're doing it well.
Thank you. Make it so. And we say hello to Kerry-ann, to do or not to do. There is no intent. So Kerry-ann. Close. I was close as well.
Well, that's a good translation, but that's not what he said in the film. That's the difference.
Right.
Yeah, so the difference between a proper translation and the way they sub films.
Yeah. So your literal translation, Kerry-ann, is fine, but we're doing it the reverse way around. It's the sentence from the film in as it was in English, and then translated when it reached the German cinemas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, as a slight aside, I saw somebody posted on Facebook earlier on that apparently when George Lucas used the quote, "May the Fourth be with you," originally when the film came out, they had some German interpreters there, and the German interpreter translated is as on May the 4th, we will be with you.
And so we are.
Exactly. And I thought that was really good. But this interpreter completely missed the bit about May the 4th be with you.
Right. If you haven't guessed yet, I need new teeth. Today is May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you, and therefore today's topic was Star Wars. If you rewind, you will find 10 different phrases which Angelika has taken from the English and German versions of the film. And it's good fun. That's all I can say. And I would say thank you to Tish for saying that I did well. I try. I am trying, Tish, you know that. Right. Okay, there we have it. That was episode 37. So, leads to the next question. If this was episode 37, when's episode 38?
On the 18th of May.
So
no Star Wars Day this time.
In 2 Wochen.
In 2 Wochen, ja.
Ja.
Am 18. Mai.
Accenten, I'll take up the challenge. Accenten Mai. And may the force be with you all. And you just want to do a disclaimer here, don't you? In case anybody looks at the Ask Angelika page and sees lots of adverts.
Oh yes, Facebook is playing silly things at the moment. I've just heard that several people have had old posts resurfacing without them doing anything, and in my case I've had items from my shop resurfacing as if I'm spamming people. Wasn't me.
It wasn't me either. It's just disconcerting when Facebook decides to test something without telling everybody.
Yes.
So if you're on your travels today around Facebook, you keep seeing adverts that you've not seen for yonks, for years, then it's Facebook experimenting. It's not the people posting them. So anything can happen. But this has been episode 37. So I start the show. So it's only fair that you close the show.
All right, okay. Well, I thought you were going to say I started, so I finish. But I can finish it. Well, thank you for watching. I hope the phrases have enticed you to maybe look up some snippets of Star Wars in German and see what you can make. YouTube shows so many different things there. There's bound to be some worth looking at. And I look forward to speaking to you again in 2 weeks' time on the 18th of May. And with that, it's just von mir.
Und tschüss. Oh, just a minute. Let's get the screen right. Und tschüss von mir. Auch. Well, that's a good try. We'll talk about that later. We'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. Take care, everybody. And do watch the replay. The show's just 20 minutes, and you'll learn 10 Star Wars phrases in English and German. Till next time, bye from Wiltshire.
Bye.